I've managed to interact with people, communities, and involve myself with Center for Equality and Diversity.
When I moved to Dudley, I've met people who have welcomed me in a way that makes me want to give back into the community.
Isolation has been the biggest challenge among the minority ethnic, and we need to encourage them to come together and join the local people as well.
We have been called many names: illegals, aliens, guest workers, border crossers, undesirables, exiles, criminals, non-citizens, terrorists, thieves, foreigners, invaders, undocumented. Our voice is coverage on these principles. We are all tied to more than one country. Implementing universal rights is essential. The right to be included belongs to everyone. We all have the right to a better life. Reaffirm that being a migrant does not mean belonging to a specific social class, nor carrying a particular legal status. To be a migrant means to be an explorer. It means movement. This is our shared condition. Solidarity is our wealth. We witness how fear creates boundaries, how boundaries creates hate, and how hate only serves the oppressors. We understand that migrants and non-migrants are interconnected. When the rights of migrants are denied, the rights of citizens are at risk. Dignity has no nationality. This is our story.
Well, I don't think things were really smooth in Dudley 5 years ago. We used to hear news and information about anti-migrant protests, and there was actually nowhere to go if you needed some support. I can perceive that, well, things will be again difficult especially for new migrants in Dudley, since those organizations who were welcoming migrants in Dudley have seen their funding being cut down. Those others have closed. Others have joined voluntary activities, which means their life will not be as easy as many may think.
I've been in Dudley for 9 months, but actually I've been in the UK for 6 years. When I was coming to Dudley, I was a bit anxious if I could find friends, but I found it quite nice in Dudley compared to other areas I've lived in the UK.
You know, I'm a newcomer. I was a newcomer, and I have no idea that how to manage, how to communicate with the community and the other staff.
Dudley, it is a quite nice area where to live, and I would like also to say I find it easy, and the big issue we've got here in Dudley, it is about the job. There is no much job opportunity here in Dudley area.
I originally come from the Ivory Coast, and I live in Dudley for 5 years. It's been an amazing story, really, because Dudley has been the most hospitable place in the UK.
I came here on the 11th of October, yeah, and I think the people there are okay, well, so far.
Taking into account my background coming from Africa, it was not easy to settle in Dudley because, as you know, we are French speakers, and coming to a country where you have to learn first English, and the first year was really, really tough.
My experience in Dudley was difficult because I'm from in Congo. In Congo is French speaker, so here was difficult because I have to learn English So yeah, I did now is better. It's nice area.
I would have thought the main issues here now are settling new people. There just isn't enough accommodations, there isn't enough jobs available now. A lot of our people are beginning to live rough now, which is not good for us or for them.
The life in this country is difficult in such a way that, it affects the way we regard our own achievements, our deep spiritual roots, our capacity to believe in our own humanity, our capacity to look deep down inside ourselves and find beauty and meaning. These are some of the issues that come at play when it comes to issues of, having moved from Africa to here.
Life is very hard because, as an immigrant, I am not allowed to work, I'm not allowed to do anything, so it's just very hard. Life is extremely hard because according to the law here, when you haven't got a leave to remain, you have to keep reporting to immigration office, and they keep a check on you. If ever they find you working, then they deport you straight away. I've been under this situation for about 6 years. I engaged a solicitor who took my case in, and the case was rejected. I mean, when I was waiting for judgment, I was being housed and the government was taking care of me, and when the case got rejected, I was thrown out of, I was denied my Section 4 support, so I became homeless again, and I've been out in the cold now for the last 3-4 years. I feel wasted because what the lawmakers here should do is they should accept us and let us do at least to do something, practice our experiences in this country to build the country.
One of the main things that we have to overcome with people that don't know about the migratory system in this country is the difference between an economic migrant, a migrant that's here on a work permit, someone that's emigrated here, an asylum seeker, a refugee, a failed asylum seeker who's trying to submit a new claim.
Well, they continue to come here once they've got leave to stay sometimes, until they get work, obviously. And there's always a big gap once they get leave to stay before they get the benefits, and that's a crucial time for them. They lose their property, they lose their home, so they're destitute completely then, although they're elated with the fact that they've got leave to stay. It's then even more difficult for them because it takes so many weeks for them to get the benefits or to get a job.
My experience as a migrant in here, I am 7 years here. It's very hard life. It's true, it's very hard life, and the system is very, very bad.
Well, other range of issues that we have to help migrants with, they range from housing issues, education, job employment, some issue with the immigration. Some are also facing antisocial behavior.
Back home, community are well bonded together. Despite poverty, despite the challenges and day-to-day difficulties, people live together. But here, I was confronted with isolation. Everybody mind his own business. And the real value in life is more like a materialistic life rather than, social life, which I think was the negative side.
Social life in Dudley is mainly about like the council or organizations like CFED interacted with communities. Whilst at home you would find, you are for yourself. Whatever you want to do, if you want to do business, you have to do it on yourself. Yeah, back home I was trained as a qualified secretary, and I did lots of courses because you have really to work hard to get up there. But the social injustices that happen down there, even if you work hard, you see yourself not going very far because they look at people. Where are you from? What tribe you belong to? Due to circumstances beyond my control, I found myself in Dudley. So yeah, I do really enjoy life in Dudley.
When I first moved to Dudley, I was living in Birmingham. Having lived in Birmingham, I've never met a hand that I didn't have to shake. And I can say really, well, there is the good and the bad in the world, but what I've noticed, I've come to learn about living in Dudley, there is a majority of good people than bad people, and I'm happy to have interacted with the right people.
Well, there is a huge difference, I can't compare with it because in Pakistan, the people, I have a family. Here I have no close family like mother, father, brother, sisters. I live alone with my wife and my children. Now I have some friends, but when I came this country, I have no friends and no social life, so there's a huge difference. Now I am working in a post office as a sub clerk, and this is my, my dream job to serve the community, and it will help me out. And now I am a more, recognized person in the Dudley town. Before that, no one knows me. no Dudley borough knows me, that who I am, and this is my achievement. And I thank my friends like CFED and other people who support me.
The main issues, I can say the first one is related to job opportunities, because if you are an English speaker, it can be easy for you to get a job. But if you don't speak English, it's a long way to go, because no employer is ready to get you in the work if you can't express yourself. I don't know if I can say it easy, because you're coming to a new society, they got their mentality, they got their belief, and for me, for example, I'm an African, and we're living in community, families, not just me and my wife and kids. It's also all extended families. It's also about friends. But you come here where most of people just look around their own families. It's not easy. I'm quite involved in the community because in 2004, I think we set up a voluntary organization using our experience to settle in Dudley. We did say ourselves with friends, if we can put in place something for new people coming, new refugees, new asylum seekers coming into Dudley, just to provide some kind of support for them. We created what we called Dudley, it's DUCAS, Dudley Central African Association.
Well, we try to help as many of our own people as we can. We welcome them. We try to set them up as best that we can. And this is one of our best encouragements that we can do. This particular centre is really for the elderly, but our new people who usually come to the temple across the road. They welcome there, they see what's available for jobs and whatever is available to them to make a living.
We've been operating 4 years now, and in the 4 years the needs of the people that we try to help have changed considerably. We set up with the intention of providing a welcome group to new people coming into Hell's Owen who knew nothing about our customs, our systems. And then we found that we were client driven, if you like. It wasn't just a matter of what we thought they needed, it was what they actually needed. And the relationship built on that. Hospitals, solicitors, housing, every kind of problem you would expect that people with nothing would need.
Contrary to the myths that you hear in the paper, they're not very well off financially, so we help them obviously with food. But they also need a friend, and they also want to integrate into our society, and we try to help with that. Well, we offer friendship and love. We're non-judgmental. It doesn't matter what religion they are, what gender. Children are welcome as well. So basically that's it.
Yeah, I come here because they give some help. They give us food and they give passports to come here.
They support us for accommodation, they give us some food and bus pass for travel. I receive help from the charity organization, Hope Project. They give me accommodation and a roof on the top of my head.
We apply to various charities for our work, and with those we're able to support with bus passes for people to come here. We have donations from various charities, we have clothing, bedding, we have everything that we need to support. We also work in conjunction with other agencies who also help. We can't give money, so they're still without funding, so they're out on the street every day, all day, in all weathers. They have great difficulties. What we give marginally scratches the surface of what they need.
What we do at the Centre for Equality and Diversity is we'll work with the migrant communities, we'll work with the traditionally settled black and minority ethnic communities across the Dudley area, and we'll work with a whole range of other organisations, the voluntary sector as well as private and public sector organisations. The centre is based in the centre of the Dudley town centre in itself, at Stone Street, and we have actually been there for some 6 years now.
The project is all about linking personal integration with activity to promote wider community cohesion in areas where refugee and other new migrants live. It's all about involving both long-term residents and newcomer in the process of local community decision making. The key element here, or the key issue, will be improving personal understanding between people within the community, providing information and myth-busting, devising ways of bringing people on all different community together, but also upskilling migrants to be able to get involved into activities, and working with tenant and resident association has been a really successful aspect of the project. What is important for us is to support activities that network with local stations that will give positive image of migrants.
I first started getting involved with the community when there was a training course for how to start business for migrants. Yeah. So from there, and then I got involved in other trainings, and then I got myself involved in volunteering.
The community is good because we have a lot of people
who from in other countries. So we meet together.
But I can say for myself, I was once homeless. Ever since I came from Bedford, I was coming here to stay with a friend, but then my friend, she had but she was also living in a nurse accommodation, so I couldn't stay with her. So I had to go and live at Peace House. It's a night shelter, and I stayed there for a month, 1 month, and then after that, Hope Housing, they had to take me in, which was really very nice of them. I just didn't have any sense of belonging. You know, just because you don't have like, okay, fine, like if somebody comes to me, Catherine, what's your address? What am I gonna say? Because I'm just at Peace House during the night from 8 to 7, 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. And then after that, I'll be in town, walking around until 8 p.m. again. As well, myself, I've got a medical problem. So I am supposed to be taking medication like twice a week. And right now I'm not, because I'm only just getting, what do you call it, that card, which they put £35 a week, and I don't have anywhere else to get cash. So I'm just me, God knows if I go to another scan, whatever they're gonna say. I don't know.
I've been homeless so many times, and at one time I was homeless for 6 months, and then I got a good friend who accommodated me in his place for 3 months, and then he kicked me out again, and I was homeless. So I've been homeless on and off, homeless on and off. And now where I'm living, this churchman is telling me to find a place to go to. I don't know where to go. It's bad. It's very bad, because you have no place to sleep. You're not secure. You're not sure what's going to happen to you tomorrow. So it's a terrible experience.
The problems that we've had is I think of understanding. When people come actually contact me, I've had various problems where there's been a misunderstanding with the let-ins procedure after they've gained leave to stay in the country. The procedure is not very clear, so I always felt that our role is to make sure that the migrant people understand, migrants, asylum seekers, whoever, that the procedure is easy for them to understand, and we need them to give them a voice, so if they need to challenge, they're able to challenge. But what we've tried to do is encourage migrants to get involved with the TRAs so they can have a voice on all the changes. We had a conference in September where there's going to be various changes. Government legislation is changing, where they're saying that tenants and residents should have a bigger say. And it's very important that the migrants actually take part in the conferences and have their say, so they get a voice.
Well, we first got involved with the 5 estates through Martin. He approached us and asked us if we would be interested in getting involved, and we said yeah, because obviously there's a few migrants on our estate, which we thought we needed to reach out to them, and we felt that they needed to reach out to us as well, because obviously some of them that couldn't speak English found it really difficult to connect with everybody else. So we said we'd get involved, and it's worked well.
The challenging part is ensuring that there was proper housing for people, and that they were integrated within communities. And I'm not going to in any way underscore the difficulties, but again I pay tribute to the work that particularly the 5 Estates project has done, and it has brought people closer together, because there is a traditional acceptance that within local authority estates that there is going to be some real challenges. And again, I'm not going to underscore those, but I think that we've had a pretty good track record of assimilating people within the estates, and I think the number of people from a range of backgrounds that are now working closely and are on the committees of tenants and residents associations, I think is testimony to the fact that we've been able to lead that assimilation and integration.
We need more people involved, and it's a wonderful thing to get involved in, and to offer a helping hand to people when they've had a lot of problems, and they've arrived in the UK, and they've come to the friendliest place on earth, and that's the southern Black Country.
We've developed things over the period of time since we started the project. We've done community clean-ups where they've been involved, where we've helped elderly, vulnerable people move large amounts of rubbish. We've done various training projects. We've given the migrants the chance to get involved with the community groups, and from that we've been very successful. We've had new members from the migrant community join tenants and residents associations.
Also had other events, quiz nights. That was a success because then they picked up on our lingo, our Black Country talk.
I think there's barriers sometimes, there's false ideas, there's false images, and also sometimes people by nature are conservative with a small c. Anyone that's different to us is different, and sometimes no matter how hard you try, there's an awareness of that. So I think there's that natural conservatism to be overcome, and it's not just with migrants, it's with all the groups. If people are not like us, there's a problem, and I think we work towards that. And that's a two-way process as well, of working together.
If we try to see migrants as a block, it doesn't work. If you try to think of them as individuals, just like you or I would want to be seen, then you start to deal with individuals and individuals' problems, and problems of human beings, safety, hunger, warmth, are all there for us all.
Where I come from, people are open, People are open. You can talk to anybody, even you don't know each other, but it's not the case here in Dudley.
In Dudley, I think, when people from another country to come here is difficult, the language, some people speak like Arabic, French, or Dutch or Polish, so when you come here, you have to learn English to prove your level in English. Is very hard.
This is another place compared to where we come from. This is another place with different culture, and we not keep looking back to where we come from. We just try to live here as everyone, and you keep missing maybe your family, your friends, and the way you lived in your country. You can't just bring it back straight away here.
Well, I feel stupid, feel shame. Young man, young woman here, and they're not working, no studying. You see, the people is just struggling for somewhere to sleep, somewhere to eat. I hope the things move.
I feel rejected because anywhere I go, they look at me. I don't look like them, so you can read on their faces that, although they don't say it openly, but you can read on their faces that they just show you a rejection. They give you a rejection side. You feel rejected.
The way the political climate is currently going right now, it is so sad because we are moving towards a world where humor will be non-existent. So to answer you where I would be in 5 years' time, that's very difficult for me to say. I hope and wish that I would be in a good political environment,
Sometimes when we are just new in a place, it's difficult to find your way around. It's difficult to find where things are, and when there are people like Seafed, it's quite helpful that you'll be able to integrate into the community easily and find your way out. I can assure you that I'll stick with CFED and I'll help even more people. Yeah, get integrated. They shouldn't be shying away from getting involved in the community where they live.
Very sad. I don't know how long I stay here, waiting home office. Maybe I get states, maybe no. My life in the risk, my life in limbo, you know.
With the migrants, I would only tell them to keep on pushing on, because if they are like me who cannot go back to their countries, and they have to tolerate whatever is coming their way, because we are not here by choice. We are not in this country by choice, but we have, each one of us has got a story to tell.
It's tough though, it's tough, that's all I can say. And it's actually not fair. That's all I can say.